In a small, forgotten town, there was a forest known as the Whispering Woods. Locals spoke of its eerie atmosphere, where shadows danced even in the light of day. They warned against wandering too deep, for many who entered never returned. One autumn evening, a group of friends, Eli, Sarah, and Mark, decided to test the legends. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they ventured into the woods just as the sun dipped below the horizon. As they walked, the air grew thick, and a chilling breeze swept through the trees, carrying whispers that seemed to call their names. "It's just the wind," Eli scoffed, but Sarah felt a knot tighten in her stomach. Hours passed, and the woods grew darker. The whispers became clearer, forming a dissonant chorus that echoed around them. "Turn back! Go home!" They paused, glancing at one another. Mark laughed nervously, but his eyes betrayed his fear. Suddenly, Sarah spotted something, a glint of silver among the underbrush. She knelt to investigate, finding an old, rusted locket. Opening it, she saw a faded photograph of a young girl, her eyes eerily bright. "We should leave," Sarah urged, her voice trembling. But the woods seemed to come alive, the trees closing in. The whispers turned urgent, a cacophony of desperate pleas and warning. "Stay, stay forever." Mark, in a sudden fit of defiance, yelled into the darkness, "Show yourself!" In response, the temperature plummeted and a figure materialized, a translucent girl with hollow eyes, her mouth moving in silent screams. Panic erupted. The friends turned to run, but the paths twisted, each turn leading them deeper into the heart of the forest. The whispers grew louder, suffocating their cries for help. Eli stumbled, falling to the ground. "Go without me!" he shouted, but as Sarah reached for him, the ground beneath him shifted, revealing deep shadows that pulsed with malevolence. One by one, the forest claimed them. The whispers faded into silence, and the shadows returned to their vigil, waiting for the next curious souls to wander in. Back in town, life continued. The forest stood untouched, a silent guardian of its dark secrets, and the locket lay forgotten, its mystery unsolved. But sometimes, on quiet nights, if you listened closely, you could hear the faint echoes of laughter, twisted and haunting, calling for company in the Whispering Woods. In the heart of San Diego stands the Whaley House, a stately building with a dark past. Constructed in 1857, it was the site of tragedy and death long before it became a museum. The house was built on the grounds of a former gallows, where a man named James, Yankee Jim, Robinson was executed for theft. Many believe his restless spirit still roams the property. The Whaley family moved in, but their happiness was short-lived. They faced numerous tragedies, including the deaths of 2 of their children. As the years passed, the house became a hub of strange occurrences. Visitors began reporting eerie sounds, children laughing, footsteps echoing through empty rooms, and the faint strains of a piano playing when no one was there. One night, a paranormal investigation team set out to capture evidence of the supernatural. They equipped themselves with cameras and voice recorders, determined to document the hauntings. As they explored the dimly lit rooms, the air grew heavy with an unshakable sense of dread. In the parlor, a member of the team felt a cold breeze and turned to see a shadowy figure in the corner. The figure appeared to be watching them, vanishing when approached. They captured an EVP, a recording of an eerie voice saying, "Get out!" The team's heart raced as they realized they were not alone. As they ventured upstairs, the temperature dropped significantly. In the master bedroom, they felt an overwhelming sense of sorrow, as if they were being watched by unseen eyes. One investigator noticed a child's toy on the floor, seemingly placed there deliberately. When they picked it up, they heard the unmistakable sound of a child giggling nearby. Frightened but determined, they continued their investigation, but the atmosphere became increasingly hostile. Objects began to shift, and the oppressive feeling grew stronger. In the dining room, one team member felt a sudden shove, knocking them to the ground. They scrambled to their feet, panic setting in, and decided it was time to leave. Outside, they reviewed their recordings, shocked to hear multiple voices overlapping, pleading for help. The stories of the Whaley house felt more real than ever. The team left with an unsettling knowledge. Some spirits are tied to the places they once called home, their stories lingering in the shadows. To this day, the Whaley house remains a popular tourist destination, attracting those brave enough to seek out its haunted history. Many who visit experience unexplainable phenomena, a reminder that the past can never truly be laid to rest. The Whaley house stands as a testament to the enduring power of history and the spirits that may still linger within its walls.